Hello, and welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcasts. I am Justin, here with Meelz. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are here. It is the last A Show 2025, and depending on when you listen to this, happy 2026.
Yeah, happy 2026. I hope you guys' New Year was great. I hope you guys' Christmas was great too.
My
Um,
Christmas was good. I mean, I didn't get anything, but everyone else got stuff, and that makes me happy. Um,
it ceases to be about you anymore.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you know.
it really does. Like it, it really does. I've been playing with my niece's toys. She has this like magnetic thing that how you build stuff. It's like those like STEM toys where you like build things, but they like magnetically clasp together. And my STEM brain is working full time of like building mad three-dimensional shapes using these puzzles. And she's not using it at all. She just takes it apart and throws it on the ground. Um,
You're like a fiddler. You like to
yeah.
fiddle
Oh
thing.
man, for sure. If I had something right now, I looked up how to. I need to figure out the Rubik's cube, but the fact there's like a cheat code to a Rubik's cube to me doesn't make it fun anymore. Now that I know that there's like a way to actually do it.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like you got to get the four corners in one thing, and then you switch, and then you're making you get one corner, and then you're starting to make it bigger by like turning things. So there's an actual like that's how people are able to do it in like 30 seconds. They're
Oh,
like,
okay. I just like twitching, like twisting it. I'm sorry, twisting it around and shit.
maybe I do need to buy Legos or something. Buy a Lego something, but
I mean, you can do model kits.
I could do model kits. Um, that would be fun. So maybe that's a hobby in 2026.
Yeah,
Expensive hobby.
I want to start off, I guess, with saying like what are some things that we hope for. I think we've done this before with like our wrestling resolutions
Mm,
for 2026. This was a up and down year, clearly, like just as the year was itself. You know what I mean? I think we were looking forward to more positive things happening, just in general, in the next 12 months to come, as much as positive as we can get. But what are some things like within pro wrestling do you hope to see or hope to achieve? Even just
hmm.
removed from the fan bases and stuff like that.
S- yeah, removed from the fan base is stuff that I actually want to see. I want to see CM Punk kind of like start a new rivalry with someone new. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like start building like it's been if you look at CM Punk's greatest rivals, they all probably are like retired or old or in AEW or something along those lines. Um, but I want him to start like a real new like rivalry with somebody else. Maybe it's Cody, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like Oba, maybe it's one of those, maybe it's Ethan Page.
Mhm.
But I would love to see that. I would like to see in terms of like AEW, oh my god, without fan bases involved. Um, because I got words. Uh I would like to see them have a kind of better vision for what they want. Like
Well,
AEW.
they're back, right? The
Oh yeah,
optics are
obviously
better.
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, the optics are better now. So like
Yeah,
they won the year because the optics
and
are.
shout out to Tony Khan for just doing it all himself.
Yeah,
Like
he did it all
just
himself.
someone
Optics.
who just said, you know what, collaboration isn't my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to take the ship, run the ship, and you all are coming along for the ride. And he said, it's my idea or the highway. So from day one of 2025, he built the entire thing and winning promotion of the year was so awesome because he did it all himself.
yeah, he did everything himself. Don't ask him how.
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated said it. They made a video thing about it. Well, and just as an aside, how did you feel about the World's End pay-per-view not getting like the beloved reactions that AEW pay-per-views usually get?
They
Um,
don't get hate. So it's not like it's it's not like the pay-per-view got hate or anything. I'm not that I'm loving or would want them to get hate or I'm eagering for them to get hate, but people
you
aren't.
don't want it because you don't think that they could like them getting hate, like real hate for once. It wouldn't be a bad day for everybody because then they're taking the whole shit with them. They're gonna bring up
Yeah.
everything.
I just the day after the explosion thing with Moxley and Eddie
Yeah.
Kingston, I need one of those days again in 2026 because World's End was fine. It wasn't great, but people are still saying it's good. People are still saying it's thing. Like it was a fine like I grade AEW on a different standard than I do WWE shows, especially in 2025. I think WWE shows with the incorporation of a lot more sponsorship and brand deals and things like that. Like they make sure WWE makes sure to put their talent, their top talent on the shows. So realistically for 2025, other than a few matches, other than kind of some big fours, you roughly had the same like 15 people on every card.
Mm.
Punk, Cody,
And
Drew.
hopefully that changes, and hopefully that
Yeah,
changes
I hope that changes too because
in
there
26.
was a I don't think we'll see like on a backlash card. Backlash earlier this year had a fatal four way. I think it was Damian Priest. It was Damian Priest, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, and oh my god, who was the last guy? Probably some schmuck. Um,
Miz, nah, it was a myth.
I thought it was me. Drew McIntyre.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Look how he came up. Um, Fatal Four for the United States Championship, and that stuff doesn't really happen as frequent as it should for those mid card titles for people who are hungry for people doing things, but they make sure to like highlight their top stars. Like Dom is always going to be on the show. John Cena was like, if he's going to be there, he's going to be on the show. Becky Lynch is going to be on every show. Punk, all these other people are going to be on every show. So it's like I would like more parity with that. With AEW, yeah, World's End was I. It was a solid card. I think it peaked at the beginning with the Moxley and Kyle Fletcher match, albeit controversy uh, that emerged from that. But that was the best match on the card by far. Seems like Moxley being a face, how he started off 2025 and how he ended 2025, and we're just supposed to be like, yeah, totally.
They are you know what this show was? It wasn't a remember last year's show was this is the beginning of a new era, or 2 years
Mhm.
ago, beginning of a new era. That new era is over, and
Yeah,
this is what this show tells me. What the show tells me is that we tried it, it didn't work. We got to go back to Old Faithful. We got
they
to go
went to
back
Old
to
Faithful early in this entire year. You look at the champions this year, top AEW:
yeah,
Moxley, Page, Joe, MJF.
yeah.
I was like,
They are firmly back to we're just gonna listen to our 10%, not the
yeah,
90 that is seeing the ship kind of become rudderless. Mox as a face, rumors that Kenny's going back to the title picture, MJF is champion. That's your hook. I again for all the people that are like, oh, this person could become this. This bring maybe Kyle Fletcher later this year, maybe
it's very hard to break through in AEW.
it's
I
tough.
noted that because it's so much. You gotta like. It's not even like you're breaking through just on a skill level because everyone's good. It's like a mixture of like political. You got to be over. You got to know people. You got to do other things. Like when they were talking about how I think it was one tweet or something a couple months ago about how if Javon was in AEW, he would have a better route to become champion faster than WWE. And I was like, damn, I disagree heavily.
There's no way.
There's an actual trajectory and focus with WWE and things that like if you see Jay Uso, what happened this year with him, if you look at Gunther last year, if you look at Cody the
Plans.
year before that, yeah, there's actual plans,
There's plans.
long term plans.
If they see it with you, there's plans. If they really don't see it with you, they'll try to get you doing something. Johnny Gargano, that motherfucker never without a match for a month. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
Damian Priest, I think has won the title twice at this
yeah,
point. Is it once or twice? Um, so it's like there's plans, you know what I'm saying, to elevate stars in WWE, and if they see it working on a grand picture and money and all this other stuff, they'll make it work. But with AEW, you gotta go through the chutzpah of, like, is he how is his matches?
yeah, how are the
Who
matches?
is he?
Did he get a 5 star? And
Yeah,
honestly, Meals, more than that, does Tony like him? You know what I
yeah.
mean? I think they ultimately does Tony like him? Tony likes Kyle Fletcher right now. It could be it could be Kevin Knight tomorrow. I don't
Mhm.
think it will be, but it could be someone else tomorrow. You know what I mean? So like when I say going back to Old Faithful, you're gonna have your top four like they've always been. Obviously, Jericho's not there. If I think he would have got a title again if he was still going to be there. You know what I
I
mean?
think he should have. He should have got it. Well, at this point, I don't know. He probably doesn't want it. He's kind of old.
But they're clearly like we need to kind of like go back to what worked. But the thing is that these guys are 5 years older. They're so much different. And Mox's is a hard 5 years older
But
than
then also, you look at how they were lauded this year, and it's like, all right, so are they ever going to change if we continue to applaud them for doing the same thing that they
that's
do?
but that's the question too that I was going to ask you. Do you feel like they're never going to change because they never a take criticism well, and b they're always coddled? Like I truly don't think they're going to change because they're always coddled. And in 2026, I would hope that these outlets that coddle them so fucking vociferously would actually call them out on something, anything,
Mhm.
to make them change something, because this is going to hurt the talent. I don't care about the fans. I'm talking about the talent that's there. Like the women asking for the women to have a main event, and his question for that was insane. And again, I'm not saying WWE is absolved of that, but they do have
Right.
the women main event the shows more often. I'm
Mhm.
still hashtag Rhea Ripley WrestleMania main event. I'm still hashtag on that. But at the end of the day, it's like you could do that, but people are still like, "Yo, well, it took WWE this long." I'm like, "Bro, y'all don't understand. It took AEW's 6, 7 years old. They could do that earlier."
Yeah, also the climate is different, right? Like again, we're not waiting 50 years for this. You saying that AEW is a younger company than this and it took WWE 50 years, but you got to realize like going through the 80s, going through the 90s, going to through the 2000s, like women in general in sports weren't WNBA was a percentage of as popular as it is now. Just women taken more seriously in sports happened just more recently, definitely within the last decade and change. And the mere fact that it hasn't happened in AEW speaks more towards them in terms of where they hold their value and where they think that the women now they gave them a couple more opportunities this year. We did our hits and misses, and we did have like a hit of like the women constantly thing this year, but it's not it. And it's not there could be more that they could be doing.
Yeah.
And listening to Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander went out, and it was roughly silence as they beat their heads in
And they were booing
because
her. I heard they were booing her.
yeah, they were probably booing because Chris isn't. They making her lame, bro. Like she's like lame duck because they don't invest anything within the character itself, and also it's a face versus face match. Like, come on, people want Jamie to actually win. People want people to feel like Jamie was actually wronged in how she lost her belt because I don't think she technically lost it. Like she lost it technically, but she was injured, so she never really got it. Like had to reign back, and then Tony won it, and then they did a whole thing with Tony. So AEW just different plans, different things. I just want to say they are definitely coddled. I would love to also point out over this weekend. I mean, obviously on our TikTok.
Mm. Where you going? Where you going?
Oh, well, um, I clipped a video. I thought it was funny because I laughed.
But AEW fans are devoid of any humor. But AEW fans are like blue sky users.
Mm.
Like literally they're blue sky users. They like, and there is no comedy there unless they get to police what it is.
So I thought it was funny, but everyone didn't take it as funny as terms of like he had diverticulitis, he could have died, and I'm like, all right, yes, we understand the risk of diverticulitis for sure, but the reality is that Kenny has lost a step,
Several.
and I don't think it's because of that. To be honest with you, Um, I think it's because of years, and that's why he took nearly before 2025, right? He has this match at Wrestle Kingdom, or is it Wrestle Dynasty? One of those, top of 2025 versus Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, Gabe.
Great match.
Yeah, he damn near killed himself during that match.
Great match. He has not been able to. We thought, okay, maybe he's returning to form, but it's like it's clear he can't keep up doing that. for any long period of time. So even the news reports that there's a world title, they want him back in the world title scene. I'm like, I hope to lose because because he couldn't support. You had the time where he could support the company, and he was champion. And I also think he got a lot. He damaged himself during that reign in general.
Mhm.
Because I remember he took time off after that reign. He's just he need a prolonged break. He
He do
needs
look
like
like Larry Holmes. Like, listen, him almost dying again. No one's minimizing that. He looks bad. Him almost dying should mean that he need to sit down
yeah.
for a minute. Like he don't need to be doing it for y'all like that.
But
You know what I'm
the vitriol from 80, like again, you can't criticize anybody like that. I'm sure when Jericho shows up, they're gonna talk about all
They
because
call they call Sheamus fat, bro.
yeah, they go
Everybody,
Jericho. Jericho look like a damn uh, uh,
baby mama.
yeah. But it's like one thing I learned this weekend, and I made sure of it, is like, damn, AEW fans really can't take criticism. Like they can't. Like it's impossible. If you critique anything, you're viewed as a hater, you're viewed as in bad faith. And then I remember Quan asked on Twitter, he's like, what are some things you can point out about AEW that isn't considered bad faith? And people are like, the lighting, the arenas. And he was like, that's not bad faith. But all the other things where you guys criticize the stories and the people in the ring and all the other stuff like that, that's bad faith. But if you want to criticize how they promote shows and the lighting and the seating arrangements and stuff like that, then you can say that. But I'm just like, y'all capping, first of all. Because if we talked about
But again, it's bots and Blue Sky users, man. There's no real. Remember Tony Khan was like, it's bots.
yeah,
Is and again, I know we're going long form on AEW today, and we kind of beating they back in, but we did this for WWE literally 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And we're about to do it again for WWE today. So like everybody gets it today. But
it's the
yeah,
worst of the year. Come on, man. Let's
yeah,
let's get negative.
I think AEW like started off watching it for what 4 months, 5 months this year, and like it just doesn't hold me as a show. It's substanceless, and I think it's because there's no stars you care about, and I think there's no consistent stars. Like you're gonna get like a sometimes in a WWE show you're gonna get like a oh, man I don't really want to watch Maxine Dupree right now. I can switch it for 10 minutes, but then
Yeah.
10 minutes later I'll get a star. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's not like that, bro. It's not like that, bro.
But also like there was this clip of this video in this interview where MJF is like, people fail to give AEW any credit because they want to be hugged by WWE and stuff like that. And I'm like, these are the shit. This is the shit that you guys tell yourselves to make sense of people legitimately having problems with the television that you put on.
Or people legitimately liking something. I
Yeah.
think that's the problem. It's like people don't
But my
like
thing is that y'all just put out an entire video package of Sports Illustrated glazing the shit out of your show.
Sports
And you have the
Illustrated don't even have writers. It just got keyboards.
yeah,
Like it's not even nothing there. They just got keyboards in the office.
bruh, they and y'all put that out. Observer Awards, y'all think that all these other the critics love you guys. It's it's regular people who don't give a shit.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of MAGA. Just saying. MAGA shit.
Interesting.
AEW. Make wrestling great again.
Oh my god. Don't let them hear you that because the progressive AEW. It's like MAGA, triple MAGA
Hey
is the
man.
biggest.
Sometimes niggas be so like left that they go right, bruh. I'm pretty progressive too.
Hey,
But you
what they say, three lefts make it right.
exactly. You niggas whoa.
I know, right? Did I?
The one friend that's too woke is literally AEW fans, bro.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's like, yo, calm it down. Like, y'all can stand for critique and be accepting of the critique the same way y'all critique WWE and Jey Uso can't wrestle and all this other shit like that. Like, people can listen to Jey Uso can't wrestle and this person shouldn't be in this, but we can't say that like Hangman Page as a champion failed.
We
And
can't
y'all
say
only
that.
realizing that until they take the belt off of him.
We
They
can't
took
say that. And we saw this with our own 2 eyes. that Kyle Fletcher landed on his goddamn neck and head and shoulders, and they was like, he alright, he fine.
He
Like,
love it for the game. William Regal, you bitch, you old bitch. You
yeah.
know, you never had this smoke for Braun Breaker a couple weeks ago, you
So a
old
nigga
bitch.
say I never like
Never could wrestle.
nigga said I never saw a good Regal match in my life. I said, man, we really reached the peak, bruh. We have reached the peak of this shit, man. And
It is the saddest shit ever, bro. Like, it's cooked, bro. Because you can't really critique every critique is like involves WWE or something along those lines. It's like, can we the man saying don't protect your neck.
yeah.
Like that's what he's saying. He's like, protect your neck, protect your career, protect your livelihood. He can't Daniel Bryan get on planes and can't even turn left.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah, he can't even but Daniel Bryan has been open about like I thought I was good and I thought I was recovering until I had to travel for TV every week because they're making me do commentary and realize how much pain I'm in going to sleep and sitting on planes and doing all this other stuff like that. It affects your everyday life. And y'all just like, that's beast. It's not beast, bro.
Yeah.
Also, them defeating Takeshita, the nigga who just won G1 in the Continental Classic, smoked me.
Well, that's what happens when you have a partnership like that. That's why it has to be equal.
Yeah, I was like, he literally just won G1. He couldn't have at least made the finals.
No.
Like he literally just won G1. But it is what it is. We can't have critiques of that because the matches are too good. Um,
I think
we should
really
probably.
my one resolution is that
Mhm.
I hope that all of the talent that are stuck in your RHs and your NXTs and your Evolves, I hope everyone moves up this year. We got a uh record low number of call ups this year. Record low.
I bet.
Literally, Trick Williams was there a year more than he should have been this year. A year longer than he should. Granted, he needed it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like,
I mean, we
look
all need it, you know,
look at how he looks on SmackDown and Raw this week. I
bro.
didn't even know he was going to be on SmackDown. That was a shock to me. That was a tape show, and I'm like, I look up there with Trick Williams. Uh, he looked great,
He looked
right?
great. I mean, he tall. He looked the part. He's standing out. The eye test. He's standing across from Cody. What did you feel anything?
Oh yeah, I hit the rock, goosebumps, slap my arm, bro. Yo, Cody, he got a lot of niggas staring him down.
Hey
I know he's
man,
like, where did
yo,
all
can
these
we
niggas
talk
come?
about how Cody is just not Cody just a dick to Nick Aldis?
I love it.
Man, figure that shit out, bro. Come on, man. Let's get him back on the show. I'm trying to beat some ass. That like he be sunning him every week. I'm like
Nick ain't gonna
Cody.
take too much longer.
Yeah, nah, that's a Nick Aldis. I hope they don't have another match because I remember that All In match in 2019. It's a no for me, dog.
Nobody
Um,
wanted that match. No, not a single person wanted that match. But I guess we should get into worst of the year.
it's getting worse. Let's talk about how things are terrible. These people were terrible. These moments were terrible.
People moments. There's actually a little bit of posy in this,
A little bit, a little bit.
a little bit of posy in here, but we're gonna get to mostly the negative. Let's start off with cringeworthy moment of the year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
uh,
Let's talk
my
about it.
My win was Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton's promo battles. Doesn't matter when. Doesn't matter if. This was not only my funniest, not only my funniest moments of the year, but some of the cringeworthy moments of the year. It showed the discrepancy between what WWE thought Charlotte was and what WWE thought Tiffany was. Just a gross misreading of these two characters in such a way that it was just like, who was writing this? Who had the book for this? And you saw that come out. There was the via satellite promo where Charlotte cut Tiffany down, and it seemed like she shot on her, and then Tiffany shot on her in pub. We had a shoot, literally in ring this year
To
between
build
Tiffany
up WrestleMania, yeah.
and WrestleMania. That just shows you just how crazy shit's been between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Too unassuming, but we should have assumed that it would have been them. But I think it was just cringe that like Tiffany wasn't really up to the task on the mic.
I don't
She
think
had,
Charlotte wanted to face Tiffany. She was like, "Wait,
yeah. I think it
so
was
I
that.
can't face Bianca?"
I also don't think she wanted to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't think that I think that Charlotte's booking for the first half of this year was just so perplexing to me. I mentioned it when she stepped off the plane in those promos. I said, why are you getting her stepping off the plane right now?"
Someone told Charlotte, "Yo, that you see that new backflipping blonde they got? You see that? She athletic too."
Like,
And
there
sh
was no need for her to come back stunting like that, and it showed in the way that people reflected
Yeah,
on
yeah,
her.
yeah.
And again, nothing about her in ring. I actually thought that the Charlotte and Tiffany
She
match was.
won the Rumble, and we no one even, like, remembers or cares because
Yeah. Yeah, she won the Rumble, nobody cared, then the match at WrestleMania happens. I wasn't the biggest fan of that match. I thought that there was something missing, but they don't even run it back. They just move right
no,
on.
they
They
have they haven't uploaded on YouTube or nothing, and they upload everything on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's I think it's best that we move on, from this feud because it was a net negative
Oh,
for all
yeah.
parties for all parties involved. But, what was your winner for most
So
cringe?
my winner was The Rock's promo on NXT.
Yeah.
The night after, Raw on Netflix premiere, The Rock decided, "You know what? I got extra time. Imma be here. Let me swing on over to NXT. I hear NXT's the new hotness. New Year's Evil? Imma be there. Oh, my daughter's there? Imma be there." Has a great moment with Ethan Page. Good segment with Ethan Page. Ethan Page and Ava, his daughter. And at some point, Ava's just like, "Just go out there and do whatever you do, dad." And he has no clue what mind you, it's also preempted in various markets because of the wildfires that are happening around the country. I mean, on the West Coast, rather.
Yeah.
So they ran it back a couple days later. It was like a special airing of The Rock on NXT this week because CW was like, "This is the biggest nigga that's ever
The
been on our
biggest thing that
channel.
yeah, it was the biggest thing they had ever seen.
This is the biggest motherfucker that ever been on our channel. The Rock." Um, he was terrible. I cannot tell you what he was cussing,
You guys watched it
talking.
live, so when I actually got it on the West Coast, when I got on the West Coast, it was edited already because it had already
Yeah,
there. So I
and
didn't get all of it.
this is us like me and you coming 24 hours off of what is this nigga doing? Last time he showed up, he did 3 fingers and slit his neck, and now he's coming back up as the jolly PR giant to dap up Netflix executives for the first show on Netflix, dap up Roman Reigns, drinks with Cody. This is a month removed. A month later than this, Justin. 1 month later, he tells Cody he wants his soul. So The Rock is my cringeworthy moment of the year for
Yeah,
everything that he's been involved in, pretty much.
and whatever story he was trying to make. Your runner up was also Charlotte and Tiffany's promos.
Just
Um,
bad, real bad.
my runner up was Triple H at press conferences. Uh, he tried to do it again in Saturday Night's Main Event, only came off as more indignant and just
He
flippant.
can yeah, I don't know if he knows, like
And be clear, he don't give a fuck if you're booing him. It's just gonna make him
he
troll you
do.
harder.
No, he do.
He don't give a fuck to a point where it's like, I mean, like he don't give a fuck to a point where he's going to just troll you harder.
You wanna know why I know he cares? And this will thing into a thing later on. This will spill into something that I talk about later on. During WrestleMania week, Michael Cole and Triple H had this sit down interview that was only on YouTube or like on whatever those 3 hour, 4 hour pre shows for WrestleMania was. Sit down interview where he pretty much sits down for the entire hour and lambasts internet fans for what they were saying about the show. And to me, that is someone who is insanely tapped in, who cares what people think about him. And the work isn't, so he doesn't make judgments based off of what people say, right? He doesn't do that. He doesn't change his show based on that. But you can tell it's something that gets to him for sure. Um, he I think at points sometimes he's too online, in my opinion. And press conferences won't be the last time it's on this list, but he never has the right answer when he should have a better answer. Like this
Yeah.
is clearly someone who hasn't been trained in any kind of real management style. He's
I
great with
won't say
creative.
management style. I'll say he hasn't been trained to talk to the press at large or talk to fans.
Yeah.
How many times has he really had to talk to fans or the press like this in this capacity ever? Like
Well,
you look at
before it was like 2 years, but yeah.
the difference between that and him and Nick Khan are like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Like you might as well just put Nick Khan out there and give him a sheet of like what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll give you some shit, but he'll also be just as flippant and cocky, you know, as Triple
Yeah.
H is because he's like I always say this, like wrestling fans ain't never seen a nigga like Nick Khan before because
No.
he talked to an industry that they'll never interact with in any conceivable way, right? Like
Right.
the way he talks, people can't stand it, but he talks normal. You know, it comes off as harsh to other people, but to him, it comes off as smooth as a shirt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but Triple H, he has to learn how to talk to these people, and for all intents and purposes, he doesn't. Like, look at how Cody handled the press conference that one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, "Bro, you couldn't do that."
Like,
Cody
he
Cody was
might,
a EVP for like 18 months.
yeah, like, and he actually learned, you know, learned a lot about it. But Triple H in these moments, and I want to like, it's not even high pressure most of the time.
Mhm.
It's literally just answer the question, you know, yes or no, right or wrong, and he just won't do it. So, that was my runner up. But let's get over to most improved. See, there's a little bit of positivity there.
A little bit positive.
Who was your most improved of the year, Meals?
My most improved of the year, it feels like a cheat code, but I'm gonna go do Obafemi. Obafemi this year, he was already good last year, is what I'm saying. But this year, I feel like he really solidified himself as a main event guy. He really solidified himself, like he really positioned himself on NXT to be like that big boss, the ruler, everything to the point where it's just he's going to fit in. He's made ready for delivery, warmed up. He is ready for the main roster currently. He just is. Um,
He will
yeah,
go down. He will go down as one of the biggest in the same way the Bianca Belair is as one of their biggest success stories. Straight up. I'm ready to call it right now. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
mhm.
To me, day and date right now, December 30th, we record this, he is better than Braun Breaker. To me, he is better than Braun Breaker on promos, on look, on stature, all of it. I don't think Braun is what people are thinking he is right now. I really
I
don't.
th- I think yeah. I think the ascension and the slow ladder building. Like sometimes you get there in different ways, right? You talk about this week. Talk about Carmelo Hayes and his big moment on SmackDown. Sometimes you take the stairs, but ultimately it prepares you for the moment that you're going to get there. And Obafemi probably could have been called up earlier. I feel like if it was in, if Vince was still running this company, he probably would have been called up like a year ago, as someone's bodyguard or someone's heavy or something along those lines. But he's good. He's ready to go. He can talk. He's charismatic. He's college educated. He is a world champion. He is everything. He's really, really good this year. Who was your pick?
Raquel Rodriguez. I mean,
Hmm.
all it took was one comment from one Kevin Nash, and you saw the improvement immediately. And I say this too. I think a lot of what her
You
issue.
think Punk gonna take that same comment and build upon it
Oh,
for
absolutely
next year?
not. No, he's not. I think Punk got it. He got something loaded right now.
Take his shirt off and
Yeah, he got something loaded right now. But I think Raquel, she kind of suffered from a lot of like from what I saw was confidence. And now when you see her in the ring, even you know just now on Raw, that triple threat, I thought she was up there with Stephanie in terms of just like looking really good as a big as a you know
I
a
really
bigger
like that
wrestler.
triple threat. I thought it was really good.
It was really good, and I think Raquel really helped carry that. She looks great for a you know we say big man. Do we say big girl, big woman? Matt, like I don't because big
Big
woman
Mama.
means something different than big man.
Big Mama. Big
Yeah, Big
Mama.
Mama, the Big Mama division, and she runs it. You know what I mean? She runs the bingo there. But I think she looked great. Her finisher is over. And again, like I do hope that they break her apart from the Judgment Day so that she can improve on her own. Now, I think she's definitely earned that and deserved it for a while. But um, our runner up, and this was unanimous between me and you, Trick Williams, Trick Willie, Trick and A.
I wasn't sold at first on the heel turn because it kind of just came out of nowhere. It wasn't properly delivered in the way that it should have
Yeah.
because it seemed like he was more complaining about things. And then suddenly he was just really mean to Javon Evans. Grown folks talking. Come on, man. Get back to your Game Boy. um, whatever the hell he says. But then, as you know, as there was a proper plan, proper vision, it was clear he was going to be someone who was a big part of the TNA thing, and he made the most of the moment. I mean, again, he is someone who probably could have been called up before, but like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But him being part of this TNA thing really helped elevate it in a way that we
Even when
didn't think possible.
even when he names his accolade, two-time NXT champion, North American champion, TNA champion, like, that's pretty big, and remind you, he did all of these things while he was signed to WWE, especially the TNA shit. Like
Hmm.
like, that's pretty big. That's a pretty good sizable, uh, accolade to have, and it just goes to show, like, I think when he shows up and that music hits, they're going to go crazy.
Mm.
I am 100% sure they're gonna go crazy. He's been relegated to backstage right now. If he woulda came out in Orlando yesterday, it woulda tore the roof off that motherfucker. Like, real shit.
I don't think his biggest claim to fame, his biggest moments are never going to be in the ring. It just is what it is. He's going to have these great matches because I don't think you can replicate. Like, remember that run for the North American title and then for Deadline and
Yeah.
all this stuff like that. I don't know if you can replicate it right now because he's so good at what he's doing right now. And a lot of that required in ring work for him to show improvements. But I think he's just gonna be a monster on the mic for this entire year. Entertainment galore. Like, it's gonna be amazing.
He's here. I'm happy. It's pretty clear he's going to SmackDown because Lash is there. So, um, I I'm holding out my prediction that it's gonna
As
be
the way what's his man name? Adam Pierce?
talking. I was like, "Oh, Adam Pearce got a little nigga in him, huh?"
No, you don't. That nigga was trying to level with him. I heard you, Trick. I heard you.
But
Oh yeah.
I think
Whoop that.
I think Carmelo needing a little help is what'll bring the Trick Mello game back out. But I don't think that Trick will be a babyface. I think that the whole idea is that Trick and Mello they dance again and
I
on
think
screen.
so as well.
Least improved. Everyone
Ooh,
says this one's mean, but we have a meaner one
come on, man.
than
At least
this. So
improve.
least improved is very fair. Who did you say was least improved? Honestly, I think you could have picked mine and I could have picked yours. I think we both read each other's minds for ours. But yeah.
I picked Zelina Vega. Not just for the match on SmackDown, but I'm happy she got her moment. As someone, she's a New Yorker, so it's tri-state bias. Um,
Nothing to do with nothing, but alright.
Unfortunately, the bias didn't really hold up the well as well as it should, like for Damian Priest or other people from New York. Zelina Vega was just I was like, "You've been wrestling for how long?" I know I've seen her, like, on the indies and stuff 2015, 2016, 2000, and doing things. So I'm like, "You've been wrestling for how long doing this?" Nah. I'm like, I know they fired Carmella this year, but I'm like, "We coulda kept Carmella if we were gonna have you be this terrible." Like, Carmella would have been a great US champion. Um, Zelina Vega was pretty bad this year. I can't. It's just maybe it's the SmackDown, you know, because SmackDown is just terrible in general. But Zelina Vega is very terrible. And can I just give my runner up for right now,
Yeah.
real quick? My runner up is JC Mateo. Now I have nothing really to base this on since he just got here, so I
And he
can't
hasn't
say
been bad. Like,
he has been disgustingly bad in my opinion. He has had
not in
nothing
ring,
notable.
not in
Yes,
ring.
yes, he has, bro. You remember he had that one long ass match against it was like the first night he was back or the
Against
first night
Jimmy.
he had a match. It was either against Jimmy or it was against LA Knight. It was just something trash, bro. Nothing has been good. They
But
don't book him in good stuff.
they also signed him, like, he's, like, a lot older than, like, most people on the roster, like, so he's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, and I definitely noticed he was moving a step slower, and I think he was already moving a step slower before he got signed by WWE, so, like, that might be a thing, but, he's clearly just at the point where he's trying to get the bag.
He can't even speak. This this man, everything is funny with this man. I don't know. JC Mateo. Come on, man.
Mind you, they don't let him speak. So, like, that's
I'm just yeah, Jason Mateo. It's a no for me, dog. Who's your winner and runner up?
my runner-up was Jey Uso, man. I think that when it came time to really step this shit up and step his game up, and, we were fans last year. We really liked the face turn, but when
Hmm.
it when it came time for him to step up and really do his thing, there were just points where it just became indefensible to really stand behind the guy during the year. Just really average to bad matches. I'm not saying he's the worst wrestler ever, but like just from where he was last year to now, just a you know, notable lack of improvement here. You're supposed to step the game up a little bit when you're the
Yeah.
champion. And he kind of leveled to where he was. And it goes to show that you could still have, like, he could have one of probably his best matches of the year, literally in the last Raw of the year in that tag match, and then for the rest of the year, like, you see what he was putting out. You know what I mean? And I really pray they're not going to try and do another singles era thing with him and Jimmy, because I just don't think people want to see that again. Uh,
Did you see his social media post
what?
where he was like, "I bet they mad."
And nobody's mad.
No one was mad.
Nobody's mad.
That's what everyone said. It was like, nigga, no one is mad. This is
Trust me, we're
they
not.
told you pick up that tag rope, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. You go. Clearly, he's more comfortable there, right? Like,
Yeah.
clearly, he has been more comfortable with his brother than he
Well,
is.
yeah, letting Jimmy do the heavy lifting in terms of the promos and shit.
Yeah,
Even last night, I mean, it was proof of that. It's like,
absolutely.
let me have the aura, you do the promos, and be handling in the ring. And that's
I just
that.
think, it wasn't a fumble in the sense that, like, making him champion actually did probably do a material amount of merch sales, attendance. Like, there's no doubt that he was packing out Raws for
Yeah.
the first part of this year. Like, he is a money maker for the company. That goes.
Similar to how John Cena had a shirt in every city, he had a shirt in every
Yes,
city.
he is a merch monster. He made money this year, but I think in terms of the in ring, it just wasn't there. And I think he's more proof of anything that in WWE, sometimes that doesn't matter. But to me, this year, it actually did. So least improved was Jey Uso.
Your winner. You didn't say the winner.
Wait, oh my god, I did it! Oh yeah, I did go to my my because no, it fucked me up because you went to
Oh,
your
my
runner up, so
bad.
I went to my runner up. My
A
bad.
creature of habit. Creature of habit you are.
My winner, my winner for least improved is Jay Cargill.
Which I
I
don't agree with.
No, no, no. The selling is still not there.
Selling is terrible. Don't get me wrong. Selling is terrible.
She had good matches with people who she has chemistry with, but sometimes you're gonna have to have matches with people that you don't really, innately know like that.
I think she's improved.
Then why didn't
Probably
she
the
win?
probably now the improvement, I don't think she improves by like leaps and
How you gonna
bounds.
disagree with my? I never
All right.
disagree with none of your picks.
All right. You're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Like,
Go cook. Cook.
even if I don't agree, I shut the fuck up. How
Well,
you gonna
cook.
sit here
Trying to
and keep,
defend. Sorry. I was just,
that's
I felt
fucked up.
offended for her.
I was like, wait a minute. I don't ever say nothing when you. I don't ever say nothing when I don't agree. I don't agree with something you say during the year end. That's
Well,
the one thing.
listen.
That's the one time I don't argue with you.
All right. All right. Well, JC Mateo. I
It's
mean, Jade Cargo.
it's not there. It's not there. I think the promos are not always there. She has to be same with Jey Uso. If you see these are two people that got a championship and stayed at their level.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you elevate and you put in positions where you have to elevate, you have to go up. And she just isn't doing that. She is time in 2026. It is time to shit or get off the pot. I'm very concerned that there seem to be only three people that want to work with her. It's making me considerably worried about how the locker room actually feels about her. Also,
I think that she is not long for the wrestling business.
I feel the same, and this is why my award for her reflects this.
And I don't think she's well, let me shut up. Um, I don't think she's long for the wrestling business. I think this is, she's here for a good time, not a long time. I think though, I think after this reign, I'm hoping after this reign it begins to make a little bit more sense for her. But
I'm
I
not
don't know.
going to say
She's
we don't
also
want her around.
no, 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 no. I'm just saying like some. I feel like sometimes, like, after the moment everything was built for this moment. So now, once the moment is over, you gotta figure out what else you're going to improve or build upon, and I think that's where people usually find themselves. We haven't seen it with Tiffany yet, because Tiffany ain't been back yet. I'm sure she's gonna be back. I feel like she'll be back on Friday or
She's
some
probably
shit
gonna
like
be
that.
back on the top. I think she's like they're gonna probably run it back with those 2 again.
Yeah, I think either a Rumble or Night Before Rumble or Saturday Night's Main Event or one of them things, but, um, we'll see her again. Yeah.
Most tasteless promotional tactic this year. It was pretty
Mhm.
unanimous with both of us. We spoke at length about a lot of the stuff that was going on with this year. And that was TKO and more effectively UFC, WWE, everyone attached to this umbrella being tied in with the GOP, with the Republican Party. You saw Triple H and family showing up to support fucking Robert Kennedy Jr.
They ruined WrestleMania week. They ruined it. They ruined the entire week. Like, one of the more wackest things I ever saw was Roman Reigns in GQ in his draws.
I forgot that was Mania week.
That was Mania week. They ruined the entire thing by having all this type of conversation for it. I hate it. And he talking about how, just didn't see it for one of the I was like, bro, what? You rather have RFK you coming back from leukemia? Almost dying? Rather have this nigga in control of your health? Ugh, disgusting. It was bad. Real, real bad. Um, I don't know how. I mean, I haven't there was did Logan Paul do the US title thing with no, that
Yes,
was last year.
he
That was
did
last year
last
during election time.
year. Yeah, it was last year. Um,
But even still, I don't like it, bro.
I mean, Tony Hinchcliffe show, the fucking RFK shit that previously I said. I mean, I think White House even had Triple H on a post about the exercise initiative that he's been doing
Mhm.
with them. He was at the White House for that. Triple H has been cozying up more and more.
And Vince, for all his faults, just decided he was like, "Yeah, that's not us."
Yeah, yeah. Even if he felt it in his
Yeah.
soul, he did keep them away from that. But again, that was his company. I think if they had the choice, they could probably still roll with that. But then again, Vince would still be in power if they had the choice. There would be no TKO. You know what I'm saying? But I think it shows that the proliferation of how the right wing and the GOP have infiltrated huge, large sports entertainment entities like this have permeated in a way that we should have saw coming, but we never thought we'd see so vividly. This year, who's to say? Like, because again, they're gonna try and I think when this is all over, and it's not cool to be MAGA anymore, they're gonna try and sports wash this. And I think it's
Mhm.
important for all of us is to say, no, remember when you did this fuck shit? It's important to hold them accountable for all of this shit every single time that they do this, because
Absolutely.
it has made it very hard to engage with these programs that we watch, the talent that we like to watch on it, and the escape that this shit provides for us. And they made it very hard to do that this year. And I don't I don't turn my nose up at anyone that's gone away from it for that. I know I had a lot of people talking about the Mick Foley thing, the stuff I said last week. I still feel that way,
Mhm.
but I'm not, like I said, he's entitled to his feelings. My issue was really from the what's the word? The protesting part of it. Like I want to see you ride for other stuff. You know what I mean? Like I never see it. I didn't see it. And if I didn't, I missed it. Show it to me. But what was your runner up?
My runner-up was canceling press conferences, and I say that as shout out to you for having your moment at the press conference at the top of this year. Um, it was my time to shine
Huh?
at SummerSlam. They canceled press conferences at SummerSlam. I'll get into a more serious reason of why it's most basic promotional tactics, but they canceled it at SummerSlam. But more importantly, they canceled it a couple days after the Triple H and Trump thing. They canceled it because Brock Lesnar also returned that night at SummerSlam, and they didn't really want to handle any questions regarding it.
Still haven't.
Triple H and then going out and being so flippant regarding like, see, this is, and he's looking around at the people. He's like, these are the people I want to talk to. Not every, not no damn journalist in a room. And I'm like, bro, y'all, that made you look such like a punk. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't handle the heat, you couldn't handle the pressure, you couldn't handle these things. Like you just said, never. I mean, in a couple of years when they try to sports wash this, you shouldn't let them forget that that was the moment where they could have answered it and they didn't want to. And suddenly, press conferences, the thing that they had, so they could look good in the media, they could look so clean in the media, they could look so people friendly in the media. Triple H could be so forward and be the face of WWE and be able to answer questions and people laugh and joke and ha ha ha. It's only because of if you doing something. To me, them canceling it during that specific week proved to me that they knew what they had was controversial, but they wanted to do it anyway. But they just didn't want to answer for it. Um, and still, nonetheless, the Saturday night's main event after the Cena thing, Triple H got booed um, because of decisions that he made. And it's like, you're not going to escape the criticism. You're not going to escape the criticism. I thought canceling press conferences was one of the corniest shit that they did this year. Granted, yes, a lot of the questions were incredibly asinine. Um, but I think running away at that moment in spite of things that you were doing, people that you were standing with, answering questions that you have, even if they're questions about Vince, even if they're questions about things, it's like these are things you can answer. You know what I'm saying?
I
You don't
think
have to have a
Triple H
great answer.
I think Triple H thinks he's like a skillful dodger. I think ultimately
Yeah,
thinks he is. He's like a skillful dodger, and I
that shit
don't
was whack to me.
I
That
don't
shit was whack.
yeah.
Even the video of him criticizing internet people who were criticizing his show, I thought that was whack. I was like, you don't need to answer the internet, to be honest with you. I like people talk about the build of mania, and you look and you know, all I see is 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. Um, he didn't say that at all. But I feel like that's what he thinks. And to me, it was just corny. I'm not a fan of it.
My runner up was Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer
Mm,
newsletter.
whole thing.
The whole thing is tasteless. He's deserved these lashings for a while. You know what I'm saying? He's deserved this for a while. I think that it goes without saying, not a banner year for this promotion.
Hmm.
Not a banner year for the Dave Meltzer lovers and haters out there this year.
Yeah.
But more than that, I want to say that like it has been a very tough year for journalism in general. It dies in the shadows, they say, right? Like
Hmm.
you have to look at the way people promote and the way people report things. And we've had this issue all throughout 2025. And like, what can you believe? What can you trust? I think that we are quickly going to. I don't want to sound crazy or I want to sound like dramatic. Like the end of a lot of what print is. You
Hmm.
feel like print is not going to be the same anymore, like it is today. And I think we're getting to the end of what that is and what that means. And I think wrestling, in my opinion, as little as that has to do with just like what CBS does or CNN does, like you're not saving the world here. This isn't like world changing news. It's going to suffer the most, and it suffered the most this year. You have tasteless things like ratings reportings, the Netflix calling Netflix liars, all of this type of thing. These are cockamamie, insane things that you literally should lose your outlet for.
Hmm.
Yet he still stands for this, saying unproven things, changing, saying that things are going to happen, they don't happen, all this stuff. Like, and people take him at his word. It's like the worst thing. It's like the worst kind of snake oil salesman that you could have. And now we see that this type of snake oil salesman is moving on to CBS. They're taking fucking they're taking stories off the air right before they're supposed to air, things like that. Like this is part and parcel with that type of control of what we see and what we gravitate towards in the media. And it's tasteless. It's sick. I need wrestling journalism to go. It needs to go.
Wrestling journalism.
He's just a glorified podcaster anyway. He just does what we do, but he has a little bit more
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, I think people highlight him as, like, being the archivist of the wrestling industry, but then you look and you read it, and if you have a semblance of any journalistic knowledge at all, you see how incredibly skewed his takes and the way he reports things. People say, like, all he does is report the news. That is not all that he does.
Yeah,
He
he adds his own editorial shit into it also.
Yeah, and completely skews the things. The only thing when a wrestler dies and he does the 10,000 words on him, fine, but even then, even those, he'll
Backhanded
talk about
compliments.
yeah, like, WCW never died because da, 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 and blah, 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 like, all this other stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's bad. It really, really is. I've read the newsletter. We read it from week to week. Sometimes we'll see stuff and we'll just point stuff out. It's like, how can you actually say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's skewed, and people say, "It's his newsletter, you can write how you want." That's true, but
Yes.
don't position it as fact then. And have y'all little wrestlers run into him anyway. So it's like, it just is what it is. It's kinda whack. I agree.
Nasty work. Worst match of the year. We're getting to the nitty-gritty now. Worst
Mhm.
match of the year. This was unanimous between you and I.
Yes.
Worst match of the year was Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at WrestleMania. Main event at the second night of the weekend.
Have you seen it since?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh.
It is one of the worst,
It was
mo
on a stream. It was on a WWE stream.
you
So,
watched it?
yeah, I watched it. When Travis Scott came out, "I get those goosebumps every time." I was like, "This is so whack."
It literally for one, I and you watched it, more recently than I have. The
Yeah.
pacing of it was just odd. Cena was calling the match the whole time, and it would just seem like Cody was just like had no agency whatsoever to do anything in the match. It was extremely slow. The crowd was out of it because they were expecting an epic. They were expecting again, Cody is coming off of Roman versus Cody.
And
You
this
know what
is
I
like
mean?
Cena's first heel match.
In 20 years, right?
20 years, gotta be 20 years, and he wasn't even that good of a heel. Well, he was actually. It was different. Yeah, he kinda
He was
was.
like an MJF heel.
Yeah, yeah, he was a
Yeah.
cool yeah, he definitely was, but it was his first one in 20 years for sure.
And it came off very bad on TV, but it came off even worse to the crowd. They were just completely out of it, bro. Like nothing could like Cody didn't even get his shit off in the match. Like he just looked lost. Everyone in the match looked extremely fucking lost.
You got to
And
hit Travis Scott with the Cody cutter.
he got his receipt, and I'm putting that in quotes over Travis Scott during the match, which like what the fuck ever, who cares? And Cena wins with a belt shot, and he wins, and
Main event of
deflate.
WrestleMania,
It was deflating. It really kind of
especially after last year.
it's again after last year, which was an undisputed classic. It really goes went to show you just how fast everything kind of went down for the company this year. You know what I mean? Like it just did not reflect the greatness that we saw the year before. You know what I mean? And not everything was amazing in 2024, but it was a much better year. I'd say one of the strongest years of the past five. And you had this, you know what I mean? And it just didn't hit. It was one of the worst main events. And Cena will go on a string of these for the next 2 months before getting back on track. And it would just it just was not great. And I think we put this here
Mhm.
because of the enormity of what it was. It was Cody versus John Cena, the two biggest baby faces in WWE history, and you would get a much better match way down the line in August between these two. But yeah, this just wasn't it.
Yeah, it
What
was terrible.
was your runner up, Meals?
Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele versus Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. It wasn't like bad, but it was just a bad look in general. Uh,
You choose to have this match
this
while
American versus Canada bullshit.
Ice Raids were most notably at their height. Public sentiment for the United States of America is at its lowest that it has been ever, possibly. And you chose to have an America versus Canada match when most of your audience would more than likely rather be living in Canada right now.
Or cheering Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, who are by far the more entertaining, charismatic, relatable, uh, 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 notable stars just in general. Yeah, it was a bad look. This is if Tyra May Steele doesn't make it through 2026, it's still under WWE contract. This match is going to be the reason why. They're going to be like, it just doesn't work. And to be honest with you, her run hasn't worked. Um, I think they have her pegged wrong. I think they have her positioned wrong. She won LFG. We were supposed to woohoo, yippee, yay. But no one gave a shit. Because no one watches LFG. Tavion Heights should just stayed with him and what's my man's name? Uh Stephanie's boyfriend. Oh my
Oh,
god, what's his name? All right,
Miles
whatever. Miles
Miles
Bourne. They should have stayed together. They should have stayed together as a tag team. They'd be a lot more successful by now. But
yeah.
yeah, this is just bad. Who is your runner up?
My runner-up was the TNA versus NXT Women's Survivor Series elimination match.
Mm,
I
yes.
thought I thought I was literally being punked watching this match.
Where's the camera?
I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" And I watch these shows. For anyone who doesn't know, like I watch the shows completely removed from the rest of the chat that's already seen it live. And then
We have a blast watching
the
this terrible
moon
shit.
the moonsault happened, and I said, "Oh my god."
I forgot the moonsault.
I said, "Oh my god."
Oh my god, I forgot the moonsault. Damn, you missed out on Lease Improvement, Sade.
She
Because
definitely did.
if I remember that moonsault, it would have
Here's the
been
thing, we don't watch, TNA, so she might've won had it not been for that. But listen,
whew.
awful scenes, awful match. Just goes to show you why I'm not watching NXT until after next week. I'm still on my
Half the TNA team was former WWE people anyway, just like the regular WWE invasion. So maybe it's very on brand. Um, because the Iconics, what's my girl named Kalani, and who else was on the team?
fucking, it wasn't no, I think that was it. No?
NXT Invasion. No, it was four people. NXT Invasion. Who was on the team? Amara Sade. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that.
Did Indy not want to do it? I guess not, huh?
No,
Too
we're gonna get
soon?
to her. But yeah, one of the worst matches of the year. And again, like had Cody and Cena not shit the bed, this probably would have been my worst match of the year for sure.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
wor- Worst wrestler of the year, male and female.
Ooh.
For
Come on.
my pick,
Indy, come get your baddie Jane.
I picked Tala Tonga and Indy Hartwell. Tala Tonga, it goes without saying. I don't see he does not have long in this company. I think he's got one Omos stare down in his future, and he can go.
Mm. You ain't see it.
I've
You don't like
never
him battling against Eric Rowan?
No, I have never been like huge like big man wrestler guy. Like
Sure.
there've been very few big man wrestlers that I actually really enjoyed.
Not even
Um
in the 90s? Kane versus
Kane, yeah,
Undertaker?
Undertaker, Kane, yeah, like again, those are it.
Yeah.
Those are it.
That's the
Like,
standard, yeah. It might be the
yeah,
standard.
that's them, you know what I mean? But, like, just in terms of just, like, anyone else, like, they gotta really be showing something. And even Braun Strowman had to show a lot before he got released, you know what I'm saying? Like, by the time Braun Strowman was gone, I was, like, fully all in, like, "Okay, this guy can really" in big moments, he really shows up. And I really enjoy the Braun Strowman run, right?
He'll be back.
He will, he'll probably be back. But ultimately, he's just terrible. Indy Hartwell, listen, if I see somebody say the WWE fumble with her, bruh, it's gonna activate my rage, bruh.
Yeah. She's, like, terrible and from every angle, to be honest with you. They released her last year. Um, she came to TNA this year. I watched her match with The Racist, and
The racist.
it was The Racist's worst match that I've ever seen, and she hasn't had any matches since then that have blown me away either. Um, I hope she's not TNA World Champion. I don't think she is. No,
It's
no,
not.
no.
I think she isn't she facing off against I don't
She
know.
might be. TNA World Champion is Xia Li, and whatever her name is now. Um, so yeah, Indy Hartwell's pretty terrible. It's just bad for it's just it, my thing was if Cora J didn't give up wrestling to become an OnlyFans star, she would have been right there. Um, but it just is what it is. My worst wrestler of the year, JC Mateo. I
Of
thought he was dead in one of the promos, bro.
oh god.
I was like, "Is he alive? Check his pulse." Um, he's just he's hilariously bad. This is not a pick of like damning him of like, "Oh my god, he's so." This is a pick of like, how could you be so bad at this in WWE after wrestling for so long? But maybe a Gunther match is in his future and he figures it out. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Gunther makes everyone look good before they lose. Uh,
Hmm.
runner ups. I'm gonna start with mine. I just put these in because I forgot I didn't fill these in.
Sure.
Swerve Strickland and Anna Jay.
Swerve looks pretty. Did you see Swerve come out as the Green Lantern?
Yeah, I saw that. Swerve is pretty terrible. All right.
And
I
he's like 50 pounds heavier. I'm like, you can't do that no more, bro. The backflip over the top rope thing, you gonna die.
I don't want anybody telling me I'm wrong here because I know the truth, and y'all need to face the truth. The guy is gutter trash, brothers.
Mm. Anna Jay is she might be WWE bound in 2025. Who knows?
Maybe she'll get better.
Maybe. That's typically what happens. Um Speaking of people who need to be WWE bound, this is ironic that they're together in this because they were actually in a stable together in AEW. So my runner up is Lexus King, who no matter how much weight he loses, he still is pretty bad at this. Uh he might be able to get up. Do you think he'll get called up?
He just strikes me as like a good hand. Like it
Hmm.
seemed like he wrestled real good when he helping you practice type nigga. Like
It's good mid card.
he a
He was
good
worse
hand.
before. He was worse before, right?
I don't
Right?
ever think he was like bad, but like what are
I
you
thought he
looking for?
he
What are
was
you
bad.
looking for? Like what are you looking for from a guy? Like what are
Yeah.
you looking for from a he is the definition of like basic like a default character, yes. Default
Mhm.
character, absolutely. But I don't expect anything from him. So like why would I even, I can't expect anything from the guy. So it is what it is.
I don't know what his finisher is. Um,
And then like a twisted neck breaker. That's what usually what they
I
do.
guess so.
I think it's a twisted neck breaker. Um
um, and
worst
my runner for girls was Julia Hart. Just in
okay.
general, just probably needs the PC very, very badly. But go on.
Nah, they don't need it.
Seems
They
like
don't
a cool girl though, like cool regular person. I see her TikToks and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, she cool. She likes to dance, all types of other stuff like
I
that.
seen a tweet where somebody said she got her hair done. She about to come back to TV. Somebody said,
That
"Bro,
was that was Anna Jay. They were like,
oh,
"Oh,
yeah, yeah."
Anna
Somebody
Jay got her hair done. She about to come back to TV." I was like, "Stay in your lane, Air Gold, please, please."
he even said, "Y'all."
Ergo versus Sean Ross Sapp might be the the worst feud of the
Yeah.
year. Ergo versus because he was devoid of logic, and Sean Ross Sapp is like 1 in the morning in a TikTok in a Twitter room, just screaming at him. He's like, "You can't do that. You can't just say stuff without credit." And he's like, "But you, but this nigga said it in his he didn't say nigga, but he was like, he said it in his Discord, so I just reported it and da. And he's trying to teach him about the ethics of journalism, and that boy is not listening because he's like 18 years old. Um,
He's a fucking goober.
yeah, from Canada. Sorry, Canada. They all
Uh,
can't be Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. Worst
worst feud.
feud of the year.
It was unanimous. I wrote this one in too. I
Yeah.
couldn't find a better worse feud than this.
Uh, you might could have got off Wyatt's versus the
I could have said that, but I'm gonna be real with you. Every single week, Meals.
uh
Every single fucking week.
don't buy into it. It was taped last week. They could have done
Every
anything to that.
single even when it wasn't fucking taped, bro. Like even when it's not taped, Meals, the fans are fucking with this fucking feud, bro.
People like stare downs, bro. They like
No,
stare downs and brawls.
stop lying. They like it even when they're moving. Like they like
People like stare
they
down and
are
brawls,
fucking
bro.
they are fucking with this feud, bro. Like I don't want to take that away from the fans, bro. If they like it, I love it. If they like it, I love it. So I wasn't gonna put it, but we put Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Got too personal, got too deep. It's never this deep. My runner up was Hangman Adam Page versus the Death Riders.
Yeah, that'll do it. Um, my runner up is TNA versus NXT Survivor Series brand supremacy thing that didn't really make any sense. That was kind of rushed. The whole invasion angle that they had to change the name from invasion, right?
Yeah, amounted to not much.
Yeah. So, oh, it changed from invasion to showdown. So
They said, "Oh yeah, that is happening."
that is happening. Yes. Oh my God, we're so not a global company. Can't figure it out. So yeah, that's it.
Worst pay-per-view, PLE, whatever, whatever you want of the year. I picked WWE WrestlePalooza for worst of the year. Just it clearly rushed. Let's just be real. They clearly said, "You know what? Let's just get this fucking arena last minute and do this show." And it showed. I thought Cena and Brock was just not
Pretty bad. Yeah,
not what we still hasn't been followed up on.
it
Steph-
happened.
Stephanie match was really good. I'll say that
Stephanie
probably
match
saved
was really good. Yeah.
that probably saved the show. In all actuality, but yeah, the rest of it just like whatever. What would you say? Meelz? I gotta look at this Great American Bash card that you're talking about.
NXT Great American Bash, it aired along the same time as AEW All In. Did not have a notable match. I mean, the
Oh
Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page street fight was pretty solid, but roughly other than that, this was very much an NXT TV show
yeah,
that was on a PLE that they chose to put against the beginning of AEW All In,
and it was the
which
week
was
before Evolution or the
yeah,
day
yeah,
before Evolution. It was the day before Evolution.
yeah. This was pretty bad. Like it just wasn't good. I don't think a lot of it. I mean, we talked about it. I don't think a lot of NXT PLEs have been good. They used to be a guaranteed hit every time, but now the match of the year candidates on these shows are very few and far between. And this was one of them. It was main evented, I think, by
Mm,
Mariah,
the
Blake
women,
Monroe, and Jordan Grace versus was it JC Jane and Fallon Henley?
yeah, Fatal Attraction.
So there you go. My run up was WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
It was yeah, it was just not good.
Oh, my runner up was AEW All In.
Too long.
Yeah, too long. Fuck niggas winning. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Too long.
Well, there you go.
Too long. Fuck niggas winning. Swerve a hoe.
There you go.
Uh, you know,
That's
how I
all that
do.
need to be said. Yeah, you know, that's all that
That's
need to
all
be
I really
said.
need. That I don't need no other reason than that
Mm.
to give it that. You know what I'm saying? But again, it just it's just one of those. It's graps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just graps, and that's really all they got for me. Do y'all got compelling storylines? No, we just got graps. You know what I mean? So that's why that's up there for me. Most confusing booking decision. I shudder to say that I don't understand your winner for this, but you know
Um,
what? I'm gonna let you cook, bro. Go ahead.
so they built up this entire thing. So my winner was Christian Cage cashing in and losing. They built up the winner of the Casino Battle Royal last year, the first ever person to get a contract that's going to be for a world championship. Mind you, this is a first ever. Imagine the first ever Money in the Bank winner cashing in and losing. Just imagine that. This is the first ever Casino Battle Royal where the winner will get a championship match at any point that they want. Christian Cage wins it. Fine. He's cussing out everybody's mamas or daddies or whatever the hell he is for the entire year. Biggest heel in the company thus far. Mind you, hasn't been seen in months. Um, him and Edge. I don't even think Christian got a movie. So I don't know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Edge at least got some work going on. So they don't know how, and they reach the same problem that they have. Actually, I might put the MJF thing in this too, because it's also a confusing booking decision what they do with these casino battle royals. So he gets to the point, they realize they're in the midst of the Death Riders program. So Christian actually can't win this at
Yeah.
all.
Like,
So during
it
go
would there
ahead.
would be no time for them to finish this if he were to
Yeah.
still have
If
this.
he would win this, this would kind of ruin the entire thing because who they're supposed to lead to AEW All In. So at the World's was it World's End last year? Or maybe it was thing. I don't know. I'm putting it at the end of this. Christian cashes in the thing
Oh,
and
yeah, it was World's
loses.
End 'cause it was Mox versus Edge. Yeah.
All right, so maybe this is last year, but guess what? We did it before the thing last year. So he cashes in and he completely loses, gets choked out. He's the one who loses, by the way. It's not the other guys that were in the match for 20 minutes beforehand. He's the one who actually gets choked out and loses. And suddenly the contract means absolutely nothing. This year, they decided they were going to fix that. They're like, oh, we don't want it to be like Money in the Bank. We don't want people to think it's Money in the Bank. What if people just call their shot and decide when they're going to cash it in?
Isn't
So
that Money in the Bank?
without the surprise factor, without anything cool that makes Money in the Bank fucking cool and awesome and a notable moment. So, as again, another feud is going on, this triple threat feud, MJF, Hangman Adam Page, Swerve, for whatever fucking reason that's going on. Because Swerve and Hangman Page are best friends, so why they're both receiving a title match at the same time is beyond me. Um, MJF returns and he says, I want to embarrass Hangman Adam Page by winning the world title match in a feud that requires me to beat three other guys as well. Mind you, Hangman Adam Page is not the world champion. He is challenging, he lost it last month, but he wants to prove a point to Hangman Adam Page, who is not world champion, that he could win the title in a match where the odds are against him. Again, not the world champion. So he uses his title match to enter the fatal four way instead of just like, I'm going to challenge the winner of it at the top of the year. He says, no, I'm actually going to enter the fatal four way to win this match. And then he wins the match.
Yep.
But the feud is still between MJF and Hangman. So very confusing of what they do with these casino battle royal cash ins.
That just hurt my head. That
Well,
just fucked my head all up.
some in AEW fans go, call me. Did you see the comments on the video? They said, what's Booker T and Dwayne Wade doing on the same?
Booker T and Dwayne. That what? That's corny.
I laughed. I was like, oh, that's funny. Booker T and Dwayne Wade.
That's not corny? That's
It's
not
corny.
racist? Hold on.
It is pretty racist.
Were they white?
They had a white Avi for sure.
Oh, nah, yeah. What? Yeah, I'm gonna report well, actually, no, it's TikTok. You can't report nobody for hate speech, I
TikTok
guess.
is a Wild Wild West, baby.
Yeah. Um, my winner for most confusing booking decision was Javon Evans winning Iron Survivor and losing the title match afterwards. Effectively, you killed your Iron Survivor. Same with the AEW fake Money in the Bank shit. You killed the allure and the coolness and the importance of this new match type that you
Mhm.
guys are trying to get over every year for the past 3 years. You killed it by having Javon not only say, fuck that, I'm not going to defend it when everyone's supposed to defend it. I'm going to defend it on the next Tuesday. And then you have him lose, which when I wrote this, we didn't really have a clue of why they were doing all of these things. Now in hindsight, it makes a lot more sense why they made this decision, right?
Yeah,
Because
kinda, but still, if you knew you were
it's
gonna
still
call him
dumb.
up, why'd you have him win the match?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's still dumb to have him do that. But I guess to get Ricky over as a heel, but you didn't need to do that to have Ricky as a heel.
Nah,
You could have had Javon win and then have Ricky do it to him if you had a long term storyline wrote
you
out for
coulda had
this.
him just cancel it at New Year's Evil, and
Yeah,
Ricky
like
calls him there.
or Ricky could have attacked him and made it so that he couldn't defend, and then he couldn't be at New Year's Evil, and then have him come out at the end or something
Well,
better
I
than
guess
he was.
I
Yeah.
guess he'll never be at New Year's Evil. I think that's the point.
Yeah, I
Well,
think that
no,
yeah, I
he's
think
he's losing he's losing to Ricky at New Year's Evil, and I think that is it for him in NXT.
oh, he is spoilers in case you niggas didn't read them.
Oh,
I don't think
no,
that
it
match
was
is
you didn't watch NXT on Tuesday last week?
brother, that match is happening tonight.
Oh, it's tonight.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was on New Year's Evil. Okay.
No, that match is happening tonight, and wink, wink. A lot of
Well,
things make sense as to why they made these decisions, but yes, that
uh,
match is happening on NXT tonight. Um, it was just dumb. It was just stupid, stupid as hell.
mhm, I agree.
What was your runner up?
My runner-up was Brock Lesnar.
Cool. My runner up was Brock Lesnar squashing John Cena and not following up on it.
I just everything involving Brock Lesnar just felt like very like we can't keep doing the we did the Brock Lesnar thing for a decade, right? It's got to be something new. I
There's
mean,
gotta be
I'm glad he was part of War Games, but
there's
actually,
gotta be
I couldn't.
there's gotta be some untold thing that we just something we haven't reached with him yet
Yeah.
that we gotta figure out here. Um, Britt Baker DMD Most Overrated Award. Very
Mm,
strange year for Miss Britt Baker. Wasn't on TV once
no,
this whole year.
cleaning teeth entire year, man. Just have you been flossing lately? You know, I'm sure that's the promo she'd be cutting every week now. Have you
Uh,
do you spit in the cup? You know,
oh,
hey, this is Britt Baker. Britt Baker DMD.
uh,
Multi
we were
hyphenate.
we were unanimous in our decision here.
Mm.
Uh,
Hangman
Hangman Adam
Adam
Page.
Page.
Yeah, Hangman Adam Page. I don't get it. He ain't it. He ain't never gonna be it. He ain't never even acting like he it. He just ain't it.
Never it.
He's never been it. And you guys are literally trying to force yourselves into believing that he is it. Just for a rundown, he got the title, and literally a week after he got the title, record low ratings for him
Low
having.
ratings. It was even lower attendance. People weren't even at the little parlor that they were at. Um, they only fit 1,200 people. They decided they wanted to have the show after their biggest show of the year. They decided they want to have a residency in some like pueblo or whatever it
Oh my
was,
god.
and it
Jesus
was just,
Christ.
it was just bad.
Just terrible, bro.
A
Just
castle
terrible.
or whatever it was.
I'll never forget them saying, Paige with the title, it feels so right. We're so fucking back. And I was like, back where? Where are you back to? Where
At
are you
Pueblo.
back to?
I'm crying at Pueblo. What's wrong with me? Um, no, he was never it, bro. He
Like
not it.
my G, where were they back to? You guys are not back. You're Ford. You're Ford. It's to record low ratings. He didn't pop a crowd, a house, anything. Immediately got put right next to the to Death Riders again. Immediately lost the title to Joe because it wasn't working. This is one of the biggest turnarounds in AEW history for that title, right? Like 3 months did he have it?
Yeah,
Like
wasn't that long.
or like two? Like and
He,
then how could people be like, I don't understand why they? How do you not understand why they did that? It's actually the best. It is the best decision meals that AEW made all year
the
with their show.
he faced what's my man's name? Bald head took a head driver. Was it John Moxley
Oh, Josh
versus?
Alexander, man, Josh
No,
Alexander.
that too. He no. He faced God. What's his name? World's End. Why can't I
Hmm?
remember these people's names? He
Hangman?
faced Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, Kyle Felcher, yeah.
And then at some point during the feud, MJF actually wins a number one contender match. Mind you, he has the contract.
Oh yeah, oh
So
yeah.
he wins a number one contender match to face the champion. I believe it was it Wrestle Dream? No, it was at the other one. The one before that. All out. So he faces him there. No, it was on a Dynamite or something. He faces him there, loses, and then was like, "Oh, I'm about to cash." Like that would have made sense. I don't know, whatever. I went on Page, you reign, you know, no baddie chain for you.
Uh, my runner up was Swerve Strickland. He came back after a knee injury, and nigga was like, "Look at him, bro. He's ripped to the gods."
I've never no one who has come back from a knee injury and decides they also want to put on 40 pounds seems like a good idea. That just seems like working against everything that nah, I'm knee injury, but nah, I'm gonna be a heavyweight.
I'm not
All right,
nigga for real.
yeah. All right, bro. Dude looks terrible. But yeah,
He's a jackass.
over
He's a
overrated. Daniel Garcia is my thing. Every year, y'all hype him up, and every year y'all let him down.
whenever he lets you down.
No, they let him down because why'd you resign, bro? You
Money,
could have not.
money,
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how you would have fared at NXT. You probably wouldn't cool with Javon. Would have been
boy.
like
As
a
soon as Trick start talking to this nigga, would have been a
no,
wrap.
man. You gotta. So then they turn him heel and make him join the Death Riders, but he's like the eighth. He's somehow even below Paul Gruber on the Death Riders. I don't know his wrestling name anymore. It's supposed to be
Wheeler
fun.
Yuta.
There you go. He's somehow below him on the ranking of the Death Riders. Like he'd be probably I don't know, whatever. Daniel Garcia. L's in the chat for that guy.
Just terrible. Okay, last one. Biggest fumble,
Hmm.
unanimous.
Yes, yes.
John Cena's heel run. We've gone at length over the John Cena thing.
Sure
But you
did.
guys know, it was one of the biggest fumbles of the year. My runner up was not giving the AEW title to Darby Allen. I think that was a huge fumble. How could you
He don't
not?
want it. He don't want
You, nigga, I pay you. Take this.
it. Right.
I pay you. Take
Imagine.
this and say the words on a piece of paper that I want you to say. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, they're going back to the drawing board with MJF, and I don't think that's what they want to do. I think that hedging your whole company's popularity on the fact that your biggest kind of guy is a heel is actually crazy and a bad idea.
Well, he's only getting more big headed. He's only gonna ask for more money and he's only gonna think. And he
Yeah,
might leave one day. I feel like he's gonna leave one day. Um he's just waiting for the bag to become bigger. Like there's a bigger bag. That's why
he
he's doing all the Netflix shit. The
he's gone,
movies and
and
I
I think
mean
I
if
think
he's
Tony's
smart,
crazy. I think Tony's crazy for like putting so much on him but not building anyone up to take like Daniel Garcia or somebody to take. Oh God,
Daniel Garcia could never.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
That
right.
nigga is he drops the worst promos. He talks about like, yeah, I lose, but I lose to everybody. So that's not even really something you can think. He legitimately said that this year before turning heel. Like, yeah, I lose, but guess what? Daniel Garcia loses to everybody. I was like, why would you say that? Why would you? This is national TV. Um, my winner was John Cena's heel run, and my runner up for biggest fumble is Julia. But I feel like NXT has also fumbled Julia. I feel like just this year, because Julia was champion. Yeah, she won the champion this year, but she lost incredibly quick. But
Here's my
also,
thing. There's an uncomfortable truth that I don't think anyone's ready for with her.
talk about it.
What is there to cheer about with her?
But
What is
that's the problem.
there to
That
cheer? She
I
came
agree.
in, and the thing is, and you know what's even crazier though, Meals, is that it also speaks to the narratives about AEW as a whole, right?
Hmm.
Because the whole thing is like you're supposed to succeed in spite of lack of personality with strength in your matches.
Hmm.
And we're not saying Julie had the worst match of anything. The fumble isn't actually about her matches.
No,
The
it's not at
fumble is
all.
the fumble is really about the fumble is ultimately about the perception and the way she looked. As soon she looked great, the Chrysler looked great till the Phantom pulled up, right?
I thought she looked great invading Monday Night Raw earlier this year. I thought that's when she looked her best. this year, even on NXT, even being NXT champion. And
Yeah,
you're right, when Stephanie Vaquero pulled up, it was kinda like over.
exactly. There was a here's the thing. I think the big issue is that fans may find it hard to differentiate her, and I'm not trying to be mean,
Mhm,
differentiate her from Asuka or Io because of what they did, what they brought to the company was a one-on-one. It
mhm,
was a one-on-one. You can't take away what those 2 brought.
mhm.
However, when you put that against like a Stephanie or anyone else, like it just looks better. She just looks closer to what people really wanted her to look like. I don't think there's a lot to cheer about with Julie. I think that she got the look. But I don't think that they're necessarily behind her character or anything they have. That's something for both of them to work on. I
I
don't. And here's my thing. I don't always want to blame this type of stuff on booking too, because
mm,
booking's definitely there, and I put that there. But I also put it on the personality of the character. They both need to work together to figure this out, and why this isn't necessarily working the best right now.
I don't think she had enough time to really develop anything of any note to the audience that she was serving. That's really what what it comes down for me is she came during the late summer. She was going to immediately thrusted in the feud with Roxanne. She lost the first title match. She eventually wins, I think, Deadline, and gets the title match. She wins the title match. Literally, like 2 months later, she loses the belt, and then she's pretty much sent up to Monday Night Raw. Literally months after that, she had an 8 month run in NXT, but she really didn't really do anything.
But
She
but
barely.
but
She
she's so great. She's so great, and
But
niggas
she's
said
great, right? In NXT, it's great because the ceiling is lower and you don't really expect much. Being a great wrestler in NXT, especially compared to the other girls and guys that are in NXT, is astounding. Um, and the fact that she has the pedigree and the history that all follows it. Her name precedes her. It's Julia. Oh my God, Julia. Yes, this is this is who we've been waiting for. Of course, she was supposed to go to AEW and she didn't. Um, so that reputation's kind of precede her, but I don't think they. I feel like they get creative. And yeah, there is part of her that
it's
you
not.
know.
I don't think this is all on them, because
I th-
if it was like, again, because if she was as great as everyone says, right? The matches were supposed to carry, like, there's two disciplines, right? The match
mhm,
carries you to superstardom. You have good matches, you become a star, you become popular, et cetera, et cetera.
mhm,
And
mhm.
then there's creative makes you this, whatever. There's always that argument. There's always that pull, tug, and pull. And I think that, and there's nothing wrong with this. Like, I think Julie is a great talent, but I think that she's an interesting portion about this, because if you put her right next to Tiffany Stratton or Stephanie Vaquer, you'll see that Stephanie has great matches, doesn't always talk on the mic, has something notable. And the thing is that people online hate the thing that people really know her for, even though there's nothing wrong with her having something that people can gravitate to, because Julia doesn't have that, and no one's reacting to her. You know what I mean? Like, it's you have to have something.
I think I think Stephanie is a special case that I don't
But
think
she but she's a
actually
special
happened.
but she's a special case that people thought Julia was. Like, she is who people thought Julia was, and I think people that's it's a uncomfortable conversation that people just really don't wanna have, that I think they need to wake up to, that Julia just needs work. She just
I
needs
think
a little bit of work.
I think she does need work. I think she needs work. She needs a whole bunch of actual things. Um, be working in her favor. I thought she looked best when she invaded with Roxanne. Um, and she was having those matches with EO and having those matches with Rhea and kind of stare at that. So I think Monday Night Raw should probably be her home. I think Friday Night SmackDown putting her there, the idea was that she would be able to face Charlotte and she would be able to face Tiffany and she would be able to face all of those. But then whoever slotted her in the US title scene, the incredibly damp, dead, barren wasteland that is the United States title, didn't do her any favors in continuing the momentum that she should have got. It was a pretty bad decision to put her in the US title scene, knowing there's no challengers on the horizon and they weren't calling anyone up. Um,
I I think that ultimately this is an interesting conversation of, let's see how they figure this one out. Let's see how they figure this one out. I'm not willing to write her off, because like they
Me
ultimately,
neither. Me neither as well.
like they're ultimately still using her. They're still putting her in position to do, really good things, really great things there. So I'll see what's up. We'll see what's up in 2026. But I think ultimately booking has to match. Maybe that does mean her moving a show. But the thing is that you're stepping in the shoes of a giant. Io Sky had a huge year right now.
Yeah,
And then you take it to like again, and I'm talking about just like the Joshis that are on the roster, not just the women.
yeah.
You're stepping in the shoes of giants. Asuka
Hmm.
did her fucking thing. Io did her fucking thing. Asuka's different because she caught lightning immediately. Io, it did take her a minute.
Yo, it took a
Especially
minute.
when
Yeah,
it took a minute. It took a minute. So we'll see what happens with her. But I don't think she's a lost cause. She just needs a new character. I don't think that the fucking
I think
uh
she needs better partners to
yeah,
feud with. I
but
literally think that might be it. She needs better part because she showed up on the roster. I mean, she's feuded Roxanne. I thought the feud last year wasn't bad in NXT, but that's really the only person she feuded with. And then she gets to the main roster. She has a great feud with, I mean, the great little one-off thing with Io and and Rhea. But other than that, she's feuding with Zelina and who else? Michin, Beefab. Like, come on, man.
everybody looks better on Raw. That's
Yeah,
just like
everyone looks better
everybody
on
looks
Raw.
better.
There's more competition on Raw.
I think the old girl needs to turn on Julia and they need to babyface her. And I think her coming up as a heel might have been wishful thinking for them, but probably not the right thing to do.
I agree.
I think turning her heel might have been something they thought was cool, but I don't think that it was something that helped out in the way that they wanted it to help her out. And I think they need to probably turn her babyface and have Kiana James turn on her. I think that to me is probably the best case scenario for her right now is to
I
give
agree.
people
Have Kiana James be the PR person for Chelsea
or Tiffany or
or
someone.
Tiffany.
You,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well,
Like
Tiffany's a face.
she don't Tiffany don't want to be a face no more. She don't want to be a face no more.
I don't know what Tiffany want.
I don't think she's comfortable being a baby face. Meals.
People cheer her, so it's not like we didn't choose it. They didn't choose it for her. The people chose it for her. People kept cheering her, and she was slapping people in the face and all types of other stuff, running away,
Yeah,
all types
yeah.
of other stuff. The people chose the grind for her. So
Well, she got to take it. But that was our year in awards, including some Julia editorial there for you. Again, what a year for the A Show 2025. Like we said at the top of the show, we hope 2026 is just better in all aspects, more flourishing, more success, more positivity, more everything. We wish the best for you guys, our listeners, our patrons, every single year, especially this year as well. Thank you guys for being fans. Thank you guys for believing in us, for sending us messages, subscribing to our YouTube, following us on TikTok, all of that stuff. It means the world to us.
you want to talk about any changes we have for 2026 as this is our last show? Next year, next year, next week, for all intents and purposes, unless something major happens that I have to jump on, there will be no show. I'm just letting people know.
Yeah.
I've worked incredibly hard this last month. I just want the week, and you are also
I'm
and
starting
stepping
work.
out. So yeah, stepping out of your unemployment arc.
Yeah.
Um, and you will be working, and we're trying to figure out our schedule from there. So we're going to be figuring that out over the next couple of weeks. There will at least be a show. There will definitely be a show the week after next.
Yes.
Um,
I think I'll be out until
the
the
21st.
21st. Yeah. I'll be gone for most of January, but I will be here. I will be in the Patreon, Discord, all that stuff. I'll still be watching. I never
Yeah,
stop watching, but I gotta get my bearings. I got a big boy job now. So
right. So that will actually, at some point in it's going to affect the time the show comes out. So
yes.
for those who are expecting the afternoon delight that we usually provide, that era is over. Well,
Effectively.
at
For
least for the
now,
next
for
couple
now, for
weeks.
now. Let me
For
let
now,
let's figure it out. But I mean, I think we pretty much know that we'll still be kind of following our same cadence, but it'll probably be Thursdays now. Maybe Fringe drop Thursday for Patreons, Friday for everybody else. So just like we'll keep you posted. We will make a post in our Patreon. We'll make a post on all of our official channels on what's going on with the show. But thank you guys for being patient. This is not the end. We're just some changes. You guys have been around for all of the schedule changes that we've had. I think this Tuesday schedule has been the longest that we've been able to do it. It used to be Wednesday for the longest
Mhm.
time, but Tuesday since the pandemic has just worked out for us. So we've gone 5 years, almost 6 years with the same schedule, and how fitting for it to end at the top of this year. So thank you guys for listening. Be patient with us. No show next week. Take a break. We'll talk all about the January 5th Raw, the January 8th SmackDown, all of that the preceding week. This is just a easy week for us to go out on. So thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys mid January, and Meelz
Right.
will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great new year. Have a great end of your year, and be safe. Peace.